Top stories today. No fewer than 600 teachers in the Federal Civil Service precisely under the Federal Ministry of Education and the Federal Ministry of Defense who benefited from the federal government service elongation package for teachers are currently being owed 23-month salaries. Investigations has revealed this. Construction is set to commence on the Otuachanzam Norma Ihaka Abaji Federal Road connecting Anambra to Kogi State years after its initial award. The Israeli military has released footage which it says shows hostages being taken into Gaza's largest hospital after the deadly Hamas attacks on 7th of October. It is a lovely Monday. Beautiful welcome to you here on News Hour with me, Chioma Vic Chukwemeka. We begin in education, where no fewer than 600 teachers in the Federal Civil Service precisely under the Federal Ministry of Education and Federal Ministry of Defense who benefited from the federal government service elongation package for teachers are currently being owed 23-month salaries. The investigations revealed these. The service elongation for teachers was introduced by the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The beneficiary teachers are in some of the nation's unity schools owned by the military and paramilitary. We are following up on the story and we'll keep updating you. Moving things along, about 7 weeks after the federal government reached an agreement with the organized labor on payment of the wage award to cushion the impact of the forced subsidy withdrawal, Kano, Ekiti and 32 other states have yet to pay the agreed 35,000 naira grant to their workers. While the federal government had commenced payment of 35,000 naira to all treasury-funded workers in line with the agreement reached with the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress in October, an investigation indicated that the state governors were still foot-dragging on the implementation of the resolution. Apart from Oyo and Enugu states, which negotiated the payment of 25,000 naira to their workers, labor leaders in other states said talks were still ongoing on the payment of the wage award. Officials of other states who spoke to newsmen on Sunday yesterday said they were considering the financial implication of the wage award because of the cash crunch in the country. The Kano State chapter of the NLC expressed dismay over the failure of the state government to pay the wage award and its refusal to speak on the issue. In Ekiti State, the NLC chairman Kolapo Olatunde said on Sunday that Labour in the state had written to the state government on the 35,000 naira wage award. The Zamfara State chapter of the NLC said it was negotiating with the state government on how to get the wage award. To some other stories, inflation rate in Nigeria has increased 24 times in the last 25 months. That's 2 years, according to findings. This is according to an analysis of the Commodity Price Index report published by the National Bureau of Statistics. The analysis showed that between October 2021 and October 2023, Nigeria's inflation rate increased 24 times, with a singular exception of December 2022 when it slowed to 21.34% from the 21.47% recorded in November 2022. During the period in review, October 2021 to September 2023, inflation has increased from 15.99% to 27.33%. According to Investopedia, inflation is a rise in prices which can be translated as a decline of purchasing power over time. We move to play 2, where the state governor Caleb Mutfwang on Sunday yesterday reiterated the commitment of his administration to maintaining peace in the state. The governor also denied the claim that his government was recruiting militia groups to fight terrorists who had attacked several communities and killed several residents in the state. The governor's director of press and public affairs, Gyang Bere, in a statement yesterday Sunday said, and I quote, Plateau State Governor Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang has in very strong terms condemned a misleading statement concocted by mischief makers alleging that his administration is clandestinely recruiting and training militias disguised as counter-terrorism operatives. Men of the anti-crude oil thefts patrol team of the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Ibokoda, Ondo State, yesterday Sunday said they intercepted and destroyed 15,775 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, also known as diesel, in Ibokoda, headquarters of the Ilaje local government area of Ondo State. The military said the destroyed product was worth millions of naira. The executive officer of the base, Commander Humphrey Naji, on On behalf of the commanding officer, Captain Wasuku Alushi disclosed this yesterday. According to him, the illegal products were destroyed in accordance with the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe mandate on crude oil theft. A total of 188,874 applications have been rejected by the Police Service Commission in the ongoing recruitment into the constable cadre of the Nigerian Police Force. The spokesman for the commission, Ike Chukwani, who disclosed this in a statement yesterday, Sunday, said so far a total of 547,774 applications had been received in the police recruitment portal, which closes next Sunday, November 26, after it was opened on October 15. And he said 84,606 applicants were rejected for being overage. And he noted that Kaduna State maintained its first position as a state with the highest number of applicants, with 40,272, while Anambra had the lowest number with 1,664. The statement quoted the chairman of the Police Service Commission, Dr. Solomon Arase, as expressing satisfaction with the number of applications already received. We'll take a short break right now. When we return, we move over to health, where a new research conducted by the International Diabetes Federation has discovered that 80% of individuals diagnosed with diabetes in Nigeria learn about their condition only after experiencing complications. These and other stories will come your way after this timeout. Kindly stay with us.
Hey, welcome to the StarTimes 35th anniversary celebration. To say thank you to every StarTimes family for being an integral part of our journey, StarTimes has decided to give you a price slash on decoders. Yes, we are slashing the price of our antenna decoder from 8,900 naira to 7,500 naira, and the dish decoder from 13,300 naira to 9,900 naira. But that's not all. Existing subscribers can recharge for 2 months on their current bouquet and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet. And if you recharge on the classic or super bouquet, you will receive a fantastic reward of extra 15 days of free viewing. You can enjoy our top local and international content. So, what are you waiting for? Quickly, visit any StarTimes outlet around you to recharge or buy your decoder between June 12th to August 31st to enjoy this fabulous offer. Wow! Yay! Let the celebration begin! StarTimes, entertain your family.
Glad to have you here with us. Now, moving things along, a new research conducted by the International Diabetes Federation has discovered that 80% of individuals diagnosed with diabetes in Nigeria learn about their condition only after experiencing complications. The study spanning Africa, Asia, Europe, and South America highlights the significant impact of diabetes-related complications on a global scale. Out of those surveyed in Nigeria, 94% reported facing one or more complications during their diabetes journey. According to the report, the complications associated with diabetes, ranging from heart and kidney damage to issues with eyes and feet, pose serious health threats, with some complications proving to be life-threatening. The study underscores the considerable stress placed on individuals living with diabetes, as 55% of respondents in Nigeria express daily worries about developing complications. The Women's Wing of Christian Council of Nigeria, Wowikan, Anambra State Chapter, has honored wife of the Governor of Anambra State and founder of the non-governmental crusade Healthy Living with Noye, Mrs. Noye Soludo, as its 2023 Excellent Woman of the Year. The award presentation was part of the highlights of Wowikan's 2023 convention held at Basilica of St. Andrew's Church, Onitsha. The 2023 Excellent Woman of the Year Award was presented to the governor's wife in recognition of her roles in good governance, leading a crusade for healthy living, and her contributions to the welfare of women and children in Anambra State. Receiving the award, Mrs. Olu assured that she will continue to lend a voice to issues that affect women and children in the state and provide all the support to promote good governance. She applauded the women for convening the summit at a time when the society is in dire need of redemption and charged them to lead the campaign to sanitize the home and the larger society. The governor's wife, who was represented by wife of the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Oluchi Ibezim, described the award as a call for continuous service, explaining that her Health Living Crusade has been carefully designed to provide practical answers to common health challenges facing homes and the society. Construction is set to commence on the Otuocha Nzam, Inoma, Ihaka, Abaji Federal Road connecting Anambra to Kogi State years after its initial award. Originally designated a 30-kilometer project in December 2009, the road witnessed partial completion of a 7-kilometer stretch before halting, partly due to the flooding from the 2017 dam flushing in Cameroon. Senator Tony Nwoye, representing Anambra North in the 10th National Assembly, championed the road's revival through persistent efforts, including visit to the Ministry of Works and formal request, with latest titled Special Request for Inclusion in 2023 Supplementary Budget, and also for re-award for redesign and reconstruction/rehabilitation for inclusion in the 2023 supplementary budget. The road secured a re-award with a budget of 34 billion naira. Acknowledging the support of Minister of Works, Senator Engineer Dave Umahi, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the 10th Senate led by Senator Akpabio, Dr. Tony Nwoye anticipates swift action upon fund availability. The completion of the road is expected to reduce travel time from Anambra to Abuja by 2 or 3 hours, fostering connectivity for communities along the route. To some sports stories right now. South Korea traveled to China on Tuesday for 2026 World Cup qualifying, with Son Heung-min warning his side they must keep their cool in front of a sellout crowd. The clash in Shenzhen, just over the border from Hong Kong, is the peak of the second round of games and the second phase of qualifying for the World Cup in North America. Among other notable matches, Australia faced Palestine in Kuwait. Japan traveled to Jeddah to play Syria. Iran are away at Uzbekistan. And India hosts Qatar. South Korea trashed Singapore 5-0 on Thursday to begin their qualifying campaign, with skipper and Tottenham Hotspur forward Son scoring a screamer from outside the box following another unimpressive performance against Zimbabwe in the 2026 World Cup qualifier. Some fans have once again slammed the Super Eagles, labeling them their display a shameful outing. Jose Pereiro's men put up an underwhelming performance as they labored to a 1-1 draw against the Warriors in the second game of the qualifiers. The draw means the Eagles have just 2 points from a possible 6 points, having drawn their first game against a lowly ranked Lesotho side at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo on Thursday. Pereiro made 6 changes from the side that drew to the Crocodiles, with Nathan Tiller making his debut for Nigeria, while Ola Aina, Bruno Onyemaechi, Joe Aribo, Moses Simon, and Terry Murphy were all named in the starting 11. We take a break right now, and when we return, we still look at sports stories, and from that we move over to stories from other parts of the world. Kindly stay with us. glad to have you here with us still on News Hour. Nigeria beat Tanzania under-20 girls 2-1. That's 3-2 on aggregate in the second leg of their 2024 under-20 Women's World Cup African qualifying series. Second round fixture at the Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja, yesterday Sunday to progress to the final round of qualifiers. Both sides battled to a 1-1 draw in the first leg in Dar es Salaam last Sunday. The Falconets edged their counterparts 2-1 as goals from Janet Akekoromowo and Comfort Ofolorunsho ensured that Christopher Danjima's girls sailed to the final qualification phase. The 2022 World Cup quarter-finalists, who have never been absent from the global final, swarmed on the visitors from the first blast of the whistle. But poor marksmanship on the part of former under-17 team striker Opoyemi Ajakaye denied them an early goal. Away from sport right now, the Israeli military has released footage which it says shows hostages being taken into Gaza's largest hospital after the deadly Hamas attacks of October 7. A military spokesman said one of them, a soldier, was murdered there. CPL Noah Marciano, 19, was killed after being taken into Al-Shifa Hospital with minor injuries, he said. Israel said a tunnel had been found at the site, which it claims was a Hamas command center. Hamas denies that. International news has not been able to verify the video, which was presented at a news briefing by the Israel Defense Forces yesterday, Sunday. Far-right libertarian outsider Javier Milei has won Argentina's presidential runoff poll according to provisional results. Mr. Milei's rival, Economy Minister Sergio Massa, called him to concede. Former U.S. President Donald Trump congratulated Mr. Milei on his victory, saying he would make Argentina great again. The election comes at a difficult time for Argentina, with a rise in inflation and an economy in crisis. Mr. Milei's proposals, which included blowing up the central bank, won support with voters desperate for change. He confounded posters by easily defeating the candidate of the governing Peronists by more than 10 points, provisional results suggest. With almost 90% of votes counted, Mr. Milei had nearly 56% of the votes compared with 44% for Mr. Massa. Japan has strongly condemned the hijacking of Japanese-operated cargo ship Galaxy Leader in the Red Sea by Iran-backed Houthi rebels. The Yemeni militia claimed the vessel was Israelis, but a Japanese government spokesperson said the car carrier was operated by Nippon Yusen. Japan's chief cabinet secretary said it is working towards its release. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blamed Iran, which backs the Houthi militia, for the hijacking. Mr. Netanyahu said neither the vessel nor the crew were Israeli and called it an Iranian attack on an international ship. 22 people are believed to be on board the vessel, which it's thought to be a British-owned vessel. At least 21 people have died in the Dominican Republic after heavy rain over the weekend, which displaced thousands of its residents, according to officials. An investigation has been launched after 9 people died when torrential rain caused a highway tunnel wall to collapse in the capital, Santo Domingo. More than 13,000 people were evacuated to secure areas after heavy downpours. The Emergency Operations Center said rain caused flooded homes, power cuts, and damaged bridges and roads. 3 children were among those killed. Dominican President Luis Abinader called it the largest rainfall event ever in the country's history, following torrential storms over the past 48 hours. With our story from Dominican Republic, we wrap it up on today's news. Let's check the headlines once more. No fewer than 600 teachers in the Federal Civil Service, precisely under the Federal Ministry of Education and the Federal Ministry of Defense, who benefited from the federal government's service elongation package for teachers, are currently being owed 23-month salaries. Investigations has revealed this. Construction is set to commence on the Otuacha Nzam, Inoma, Ihaka, Abaji Federal Road connecting Anambra to Kogi State years after its initial award. The Israeli military has released footage which it says shows hostages being taken into Gaza's largest hospital after the deadly Hamas attacks of 7 October. That's it on News Hour today. On behalf of the editorial news and production team, I am Choma Victor. Stay here on TV Sapiencia. Today is Monday. Kindly be security conscious, be on the alert. Whatever it is you do, ensure that it is productive. Do have a productive week ahead of you. Most importantly, don't even think of touching the dial. Stay with us.